Hi, my name is Mark, and I want to welcome you to this training session for the Fyrian website. Today we're going to talk about your news and announcements module. And as you can see here, if I click on this website for the Brain Injury Association of Michigan, as I scroll down the page, you'll see here we have a list of different news items. They have a headline, a date, a synopsis or lead-in, and then a link to read more. And if I click on that, it takes me to the full text for that particular news item. In order to create and edit those, you're going to go to the Modules tab, as I have done, and then click on the Announcements button. What this is going to do is this is going to bring up a list of all the different news items that are currently in your website. And if all you're looking to do is edit one that's already in there, then all you need to do is click on that item and it will bring it up and you can make your text changes. But let's go ahead and let's create a new one. I'm just going to click on Create a New Announcement under the action box. And what this is going to do, this is actually going to bring up the editor for the news and announcements items. So the announcement subject is the headline of your news item. The event from date is the date that shows up next to your headline in the news list. The release date and expiration date is when do you want it to go online, when do you want it to come offline. If you want this to be online indefinitely, then just go ahead and leave these exactly as you see them. If, however, this is related to a specific event, let's say it's a conference that's coming up and you want it to automatically come off after that date, you can go ahead and click on expiration date, select the year, select the month, and then come in here and select what date you want that item to come offline automatically. The last item up here in this top part, which is very important, is the template. You need to assign a template to each of your news items to make sure that they fit the design of the rest of your site. If you don't do this, what ends up happening is you will end up with a page, a news item, that is basically just black text on a white background and doesn't look anything like your website. So make sure that you come in here and you select a template to match the design of the rest of your site. The best way to do this is to select the template that most closely matches the content of your site. So for example, with this site, if this site were in regard to an advocacy item, we would go ahead and select the advocacy section template, or let's say it was in relation to an education item, we would select the education section template. Once you select a template, it's going to say that you've changed the template. Would you like to apply it? You're going to click OK. This is going to think for a minute, and then once that comes back up, you'll be able to come in here and enter the copy for your news item. And this editor works just like it does throughout the rest of the system, just like editing a web page. You can come in here, you can make things bold, italic, you can set up links to other pages or other websites, you can put in images, you can link to PDFs, whatever you want to do. When you're all done, you're going to come in here and click Save. Now when you click Save, it's going to go ahead and save what you've done. It's going to put it online immediately. If you also have an RSS feed set up on your site, you also need to go ahead and add this item to your RSS channel. So if I click on over here in the action box, Add to an RSS channel, I can select my RSS feed here on the left, click the green arrow to move it to the right, and then close that box. Now if somebody's following me by RSS, this news item will be in the RSS feed and be pushed to their email or their phone, or however their Google Reader, whatever they're using to follow you via RSS. Okay. Once you do that, go ahead and click Save. Some of you may also have multiple news feeds throughout your site. If you do, then you will also need to classify the announcement simply by clicking on Classify, selecting a category, and again clicking the arrow to move it from left to right. That's a unique situation. It's only going to apply to some of you. If you do have to do that, once you do, click save again and you'll be done. Now, as you see, if I go back to the main page and refresh it, to go to the home page, you'll see our new news item here, right here at the top. That's all there is to adding a new news item to your website. If you want to go in here and delete a news item manually once it's done, you can click on that item, come down here and click the delete key on the bottom. You'll get a message saying, are you sure you want to delete it? Because once you delete it, it's gone for good. As long as you're sure you want to delete it, click OK. And that news item will now be completely gone from the system. If I go back to the home page here and refresh, you'll see that it's deleted out of the news items here. So that's it for today's training. Be sure to check out the rest of our trainings by going to YouTube and doing a search for Fyrian, Fyrian websites, all one word, and you'll find the rest of the training videos that cover other aspects of your new Fyrian website.